Hi guys, I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about me. I work as an ABA consultant and therapist. ABA stands for Applied Behavioral Analysis, and what I do is work with kids with autism. And since April's Autism Awareness Month, I wanted to let you guys know a little bit of about what I do and what autism is. Autism is a developmental disorder that affects the brain's development. So you'll see kids or even adults, they tend to have social difficulties or even delayed in certain areas such as gross motor or their sensory skills, and a lot of them may even have behavioral issues. Well, what I do is I do a form of therapy that's called ABA. I've been doing ABA for the last 10 years of my life. I started off in college doing it, and now since I've graduated, I'm still doing it. I'm a consultant, and I go and I consult families and help them to do this kind of therapy. And if you look into it a little bit further, you'll find that the best kind of therapy to do for a child who's just been diagnosed or is in the beginning stages, such as like 2, 3, 4 years old, this is one of the best therapies you could do with your child. I've been doing it with one particular child for over 11 years, and he's 12 years old now. And I've got to say that for those parents who are just finding out or just, getting into the world of autism, it might seem like drastic and it might seem too harsh, but it's based off of the principles of operant conditioning and classical conditioning. I'm sure all of you guys have heard that in your psychology classes. And it also involves a lot of interactive play. That's a type of play that we do with the kids so that they can gain the trust from us who are out there playing with them. And then we could start breaking into the world of academics and, things such as visual, spatial skills and all that. But I wanted to just talk about this a little bit because it's my passion and this is what I've done for years. And if you guys want, I can show you, I can give you a little session on how to do ABA. You just got to let me know. I just want everybody to become aware of what autism is, because a lot of times people don't know. And I, at times, feel even frustrated when I'm out with one of my clients and one of the kids is out there and let's say he's engaging in negative behavior. I'll have people come up and be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. And all the while they don't know that I'm actually working with the child and I'm doing something to help the child, and then they come in and interrupt, and then it breaks everything, and that just knocks down 2 weeks of my work. And, it's not for every child. Every child is different. So I also, not on top of doing ABA, I also do what is called cognitive behavioral therapy. That's a different type of therapy where you use a lot of cognitive mapping. So you basically are thinking aloud for the child. So you talk for them so that they can start becoming aware, because a lot of times the awareness is down and they have no idea that they're doing something that is inappropriate or is, not acceptable in certain areas or cultures. So what I'll do is I'll think aloud for them and I'll say, do you think that was right to touch that person? Do you think they liked it? Maybe you didn't notice their face. How was their face? Did they look happy? Did they look sad? Maybe next time instead of touching them, we can talk to them and things like that. And that's just I do that with the higher functioning kids. But a lot of the lower functioning kids, we still work on a lot of play and a lot of speech development. And one thing I can say about ABA is that it involves a lot of disciplines. So on top of working on academics, which is, basically like numbers and letters and reading comprehension and all that, we also work on physical therapy and occupational therapy. So if a child is not able to walk or the child is not able to do something as, maybe gripping things with their hands, and we'll teach them how to do that. And this is all in a session. So you'll get a session of, occupational therapy, and then speech therapy, because we've all been trained in speech, so we all know how to do a lot of what the speech therapists do. And, sensory therapy, because a lot of times we don't realize that these kids are sensitive to loud sounds, bright lights, and sometimes even a lot of people in a room will overstimulate them, and they'll become it's if you could imagine being overwhelmed, being somewhere where there's too many people and you don't know how to communicate well, or you don't know what to say, or you don't know how to say, can everybody just be quiet and, not crowd me? That's the feeling that a lot of them get. And so we work on a lot of those sensory issues. And we do that by different types of programs. Each kid is different, so we have programs for each kid. And depending on how far along they are or their development, we'll cater our program to exactly their needs. And I think that's just a little bit of what I do. But if you want to hear more, please comment and let me know. Or if you want to know more about ABA and would like to see a video on it and how I do it, I would be glad to do that. And I live in Texas, and I wish I could help all the kids everywhere, but I can't. But if there's anything I could do for you guys, any advice I can give you, if you're just starting out, I know it's overwhelming, because I've met hundreds of parents that will say things like, I didn't even know that this therapy existed. I had no idea that what I was getting into. I didn't even know what to do. I just stood home and I just let the kid get into the school system. And sometimes the school system is the best way to go. But in my opinion, ABA has changed a lot of kids' lives, and I've seen miracles happen. And I've been part of miracles. So if I could give any advice to any of you is, for one, just be aware about what autism is and how the numbers are growing. And two, be more aware of the types of therapies that are out there and if they'll fit your child. The one that I do is called Applied Behavioral Analysis. So if you want to look into that, great, because I am so for it and I've seen it work, and I'm sure that in your town you will have things catering to you. But if not, give me a call and I will be glad to help anybody and give advice. So please comment or leave me a message, and I hope all of you guys read into this, because it's something that we all need to be participating in and becoming more aware of, and maybe finding not a cure, because I know it's not just something that you can cure, but maybe investing more money so we could find maybe where it's coming from, and all that, so that we could help these kids, and not just kids, adults who have autism as well. So thanks for watching me and watching me ramble about this, but I just love this, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.